So, hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Combos. And it is now week 2 of Ramadan. And here's my little recap of how my week has been and has not been. So, this week, I will say I have fasted 2 of the 7 days. And that is due to last week, was it Sunday, Monday? I actually got ill. So I actually caught a cold and I was coughing up phlegm. I was coughing up a lot. My head had a headache. My partner also had the same thing. She luckily only had it for 2 days though, stronger than me. As we say, the women are sometimes stronger than the men in a lot of things. But yeah, she somehow got over us a lot quicker than I did. And yeah, so I actually today is actually Saturday, and I actually have to start fasting on Monday. And I should have really started fasting yesterday, to be extremely honest with you and myself. But I kind of made excuses of why I think I needed to make sure I was completely better before I started fasting, as well as I didn't make the intention on the Thursday night to actually go and fast on the Friday. So my morning routine, my nighttime routine was not actually there for me. So I felt like I wasn't really prepared in my mindset or my body to actually fast yesterday. Although as I got through the day, I really wish I did fast yesterday. So although I haven't been able to show you possibly the Iman and all the tell you about all these struggles that I've had to go through this week because of my fast, I will still tell you the struggles I've had to go through due to my fast. So just to give an example, the struggle of when you're ill and you're making the decision whether to fast or not to fast. First of all, we will have to point out just because you're ill, for instance, if I had a medical condition that was consistently throughout the year and I had to take medication every day or every week, then I am exempt from fasting anyway. Yeah. The fact that I actually only caught a cold or an illness, whatever it was, the decision to fast was down to how I believed. That is not to say the 5 days that I have missed. That's not to say I get away with them. Those fasts are to be made up after Ramadan, before next year's Ramadan. So now I have the challenge of not only having to do my fasting in Ramadan, I have the challenge also now to make sure that I actually make up the 5 days that I have actually missed this week due to me being ill. Now, some people may think, oh, is that easier? Is that hard? For me, I find it harder to do the fast to catch up than I actually do during Ramadan. Because Ramadan, I feel like every Muslim you see would be fasting. In Ramadan, every brother it's just the energy, everything you see mostly on social networks, you see on TV. A lot of it relates to Ramadan. So it's a lot easier to keep Ramadan within your focus. And even just non-Muslims even are a lot more aware of the fact that you are fasting or possibly fasting. So they will actually be less reluctant to, what's the word, um, less, because it's not even reluctant, even though they may stop themselves from saying things or doing things. It actually,
more considerate.
yes, it makes them more considerate of the fact that you are fasting. It is the month of Ramadan. So they would be more alert to what they say, what they do, what they show you, where they eat, and all these variety of things. Whereas when you're not in Ramadan, nobody knows you're fasting other than you. So it makes it a bit more difficult with what you see, what you hear, and what you read. it's not more difficult if your iman is stronger, but this is actually, when I think of it, it's a way of strengthening your deen and see exactly what you learn anyway. Because if you're able to continue and do this after Ramadan and make it up, like my partner did last year. So last year, my partner, when she goes through a menstrual cycle, she can't fast, and every time she she came on last year, she made up her fasts in the year precede after. So in the last year gone, she made up her fast for the time when she was going through her menstrual cycle. So there's actually a strength in it when you actually think of it, because for my partner, she works in a school. So the fact that she had to make this up and go to school fasting and actually not let all her classmates and tutors aware of this is was actually harder for her to do, because they weren't aware as they are now when you're fasting that, oh, we may need to eat our food over there. We may, as Muslims, I don't really care if you eat food in front of me while I'm fasting, to be extremely honest, especially if it's food I don't like anyway. But it also is a strength for you, and it also is, how to put it, Ramadan is all about cleansing the soul and bringing us closer back to Islam and Allah and the deen that He has given us. So the tougher the challenges, the more you, inshallah, gather within yourself. So without having, just like business, if I don't have challenges in my business, I don't really think I'm going anywhere. I don't really think I'm even a bother to anybody. But because the road's just too easy. You need to have little challenges to make you stronger in who you are, whether that's your business, your life, or deen. Because I say to you sometimes, without having a fight, you don't know how hard you are. Do you get that? So you can't kind of say, I've just gone to the gym and I weigh 20 stone and I can push 200 kg on my chest, walking like this and think you can fight. Because you haven't trained your body to fight. You've trained your body to look healthy, or healthy in your eyes. So you have to train your body the same way you train your mind. And you have to train your mind the same way you train your body. So just like Islam, the more challenges and things you put yourself through, it actually makes you stronger within your deen and your iman, because it's cleansing it. And Ramadan is the best time for that. But the whole motive of Ramadan is not just to get through Ramadan, remember Allah, hold your fast, don't swear, no backstabbing. It's not all about that. It's all about that, but it's not all about that. The whole point for me, as I said in my understanding of Ramadan, is you come out of Ramadan a better person than you left it. So if last year I didn't make up my fast, this year I would like to say I make up 1 or 2 or all 5 of the fasts that I have missed compared to last year. So it's all about feeling stronger to do these things on a normal day out of Ramadan compared to doing it in Ramadan where everybody's doing it and it's easier. Yeah. So it's the same as, I can compare that, and I do a lot of comparisons, I do, and you get used to me. So I'll compare that to my business. I can see a lot of people found easy routes due to whoever they thought they were connected to make fast, easy cash. Now it comes to them actually thinking about what to do with that cash and that business and how to actually expand it. They are stuck. And I see a lot of people stuck, and because they're stuck, they're now going back to their original jobs that they have 7 days, 5 days a week, something I never had. Yeah. So they have that option. They had that option in the first place, something I don't have. Yeah. So they could just go back to a job. It's an easy route for them to just go back. because it's obvious money. That's not an easy route for me to just go back. So you see, because of my challenges, I haven't rushed out to get that fast cash and try just sell everything underpriced, because I understand I'm trying to grow a business and a platform that is strong and recognizable to you as a customer, you as a collector, you as a reseller, you as someone who just randomly likes to shop, or you as someone who just wants to support single, independently minded businesses. Now that makes me strong in myself, because I know everything on my platform is mine, and if anybody is trying to compete with me, they're not doing it on their own platform, they're doing it on someone else's platform. And a lot of people that were competing last year with me, I say a lot of the percentage of these people are now not able to compete because they were competing trying to make fast cash without thinking about saving and building. Do you get that? So it made me stronger going through all these trials that I have in my business, because now I know how to handle them. Now I'm ready to handle them. Now I'm also know where I can grow and push forward. Yeah. So just like the dean has to challenge us. And I think, as you said, you already said it this week, it was a challenging week for both of us this week, funnily enough.
Yeah.
And like, for me, I'd say what my challenging parts were. First of all, I got ill. So I want to fast. I wanted to hold every fast completely to the best of my ability. And as I said, I wanted to get stronger throughout the Ramadan than start Ramadan strong and get weaker. So in my first week, I felt like if I had started, if Ramadan was as I started last week and I got ill, I may not have felt so upset, because last year, I feel all over the last few years, to be extremely honest, I initially start very strong and I weakened throughout. So if I had started very strong like over the previous years and then got ill in the second week, it wouldn't have bothered me much, because I know I'd done as much as possible in the first week, to the point I say I can relax now till I'm better, and then I can go forward to catching up with my fast and getting back in the routine. Whereas this year I started not mediocrely, but just less pressure on my fast and myself to maintain everything that I want to end up doing by the end of Ramadan. So the fact that I have done a bit less than I normally would made me feel a bit disheartened, I'd say, because it obviously now means I'm messing up my fast, and the routine and plan I had is kind of gone out the window, because I can't progress a lot like throughout the days as we get deeper through Ramadan. I'll also say the challenging for me was, we have a cat, as you may see on my Instagram and my Facebooks, and my cat has been nibbling through my laptop wire. So if you know me, my laptop is my key to my business, because without a laptop I can't do anything. Yeah. So when my laptop charger was chewed through and my laptop just went flat screen, that was a time for me to actually, and you said I've done quite well, I don't know, but I usually just have a go. I do. If you know me, sometimes I can just have a go and just rab it on and just say 1,000,001 things because I'm annoyed. I was annoyed. Let's say I was annoyed because my charger has been nibbled on. And funny enough, I was actually watching, was it the Liverpool game I was watching as well? I was watching a football game, and it locked off during the football game, which was quite annoying even more so, because I wanted to watch the game, and I'm thinking, I was praying it wasn't my charger, but I was also praying it wasn't my laptop. All I know, I just wanted my laptop on, and that's all I knew. Whether it was the charger, whether I had to use someone else's charger, whatever, I just needed my laptop on. So it was very stressful that throughout that day. I could not get my laptop on. So if I had a customer now on my website, it may have been an issue to ship that product. If I needed to change something or accept offers on my website, it may now have been an issue. So now I was stressing. Yeah, my laptop is down. I don't know if it's the charge. I don't know if I have to go and spend 300, 400 quid on another laptop that we haven't got to just go and spend. So it was a lot of stress, to be extremely honest. A lot of stress, yeah. But I got through it. I breathed. I controlled myself. I had my little rant as I normally would. But I feel like my voice was very lower toned. I felt like, because I was ill, possibly helped me as well. Because I was ill. Yeah. So when I'm talking, I couldn't really talk. Anytime, because I was going through hot and cold flushes. My throat was cut up. I was just sleeping. You slept more than me on the first. It was quite funny, actually. I woke up on Monday not feeling the best. Obviously, I didn't see you in the morning. My partner's gone to work. I was feeling all ill throughout the day. And I remember I was feeling so ill. I was like, I can't wait for you to get on to tell you how ill I really feel. And I'm still like kind of going through the fast. Yeah. And then you got home and you was worse than me. And actually, it was quite funny to see, because I don't think you recognise why I kept highlighting the fact that I was ill and you've come home iller than me. It's because I'm surprised that you're iller than me, because I felt so dead that I was surprised that I was so ill, and I don't know where it came from. And then you came home and it made me realise, just like Ramadan really is supposed to, there's always someone worse than you. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So in Ramadan, it teaches about the less fortunate and shows us where we are actually fortunate, if that's even down to little things of where the food we can open our fast with, if that's down to the amount of charity we're able to give, if that's down to, there's a variety of things that we can compare in what all of our lives are during Ramadan. And we see a lot of blessings in our own life due to this. Yeah. So due to the blessings there, I actually was more aware now of the fact that you are actually iller than me. And in fact, I have nothing to moan about, because I'm a moaner when I'm ill. So I'll moan and groan and growl, as you say. But that's me being ill. And then you come home and you worse than me and you've been to work and running around. It made me feel kind of like, wow, what am I moaning about? I'm still going to moan because I'm moan, but I'm less moaning because I know you're ill and now you have to take 2 days off work because you're actually ill. And it, even to think of it, I had to travel to Mum's that day as well because you couldn't, to get meds and stuff, you couldn't go. So I have to go. I can't allow you to go because you're worse than me. And I'm the male, so I like to do those. If we're both ill, whether I'm worse or not, I like to think I've got it to do, other than the cooking. I would like to say, if I'm worse than you, anything else I'd have to do, but the cooking I'm a bit, depending what we're having for dinner, that is. Depends on whether I'm rushing to cook it or not. Yeah. So it was a blessing to see that, you know what? You were actually worse than me. And now, actually, in fact, my illness didn't really matter because I have to actually cater for you now. Because you was in bed and you was sleeping all day. So when it comes to the cleaning, the washing, taking care of Aaliyah, all these little things I had to end up doing for us. And then funny enough, you got better and I was worse than you was. So it was kind of mad for us to go through those 3-4 days when we think of it. And then the last day or two, I've actually started to feel a lot better. Yesterday, as I say, I wish I did fast, but I can't look back on it now. I didn't fast. But I am fasting today. So yeah, as I say, the challenges of not being able to fast and controlling my temper is what I think I've learned this week. I've had to show myself, I have to give myself a bit of sabr, which is patience. I have to give myself patience to get better. Patience in myself to understand that, as I said, I want to get better throughout Ramadan. I want to get stronger throughout Ramadan. I don't want to start strong and get weaker. So even there, this has given me, I'm still on plan, really, when I think of it, because I can only get better. Do you understand that? So Allah's given me a chance to make sure that whatever I started like, I will guarantee the finish better, because I was ill last week. I'm not able to hold fast. You can hear my belly rumbling now. Yeah, it's quite early as well. It's only 25 to 11. But as we're fasting, work doesn't stop. So yeah, I've had to go and ship something this morning off to Australia. And yeah, work don't stop even though we're fasting. So yeah, I'll also say, since I've fasted, actually, I haven't done no training yet. Not a workout in the sense. I've done some press-ups and stuff randomly, but I haven't done a workout yet. I have listened to Quran. I have read Quran. I have also listened to a lot of talks recently. Like yesterday especially, I did listen to a few talks. So yeah, because yesterday, due to the fact I wasn't fasting, which astaghfirullah, I will say astaghfirullah, because me as a Muslim that's been Muslim for over 10 years now, 15 years, I can't remember how long, I just know I'm Muslim. Yeah. I actually know quite a lot. I just don't really portray it in words all the time, or even possibly in my actions if you don't know me. Yeah. So I understand I should have still went to Jummah whether I was fasting or not. Yeah. The thought plan in my head was, don't go to Jummah if I woke up on that day and I wasn't fasting, I said I'm not going Jummah. Astaghfirullah, that is the wrong mindset. I should have went Jummah, because whether I was fasting or not, just being able to lay my head in Jummah yesterday, and that is during Ramadan, at least I know my prayers, my du'as will be multiplied even more. So in my mindset, I was just thinking more about one of my nafs, which is what people think about you. Yeah, it gets me kind of whatever. So I didn't want to go in there knowing fully well that I'm not fasting and sit around brothers that are fasting and try to portray like I am. I didn't want to do that. So that's on me. And also I have to recognise no one would have known whether I was fasting or not. And this is the beauty of Ramadan, even, to be honest. And this is the beauty of fasting, which Allah tells us. Fasting is the only thing that is between you and I. Yeah? Fasting is the only thing between us and Allah that is private. Yeah? Private. And when we say private, it's private to whether we are fasting or we are not. Because I could tell you I fasted all day today, and I could have sneaked a crisp, I could have sneaked a fruit, I could have sneaked a drop of water. No one knows, yeah? Unless we could be in the same room for 48 hours in a row, and you may not realise I broke my fast. But I know I broke my fast, because there's little things, people could swallow their spit and break their fast on purpose to give themselves. You know what I'm trying to, you know, your mouth gets, it bubbles up.
I didn't know that was a breaking of a fast thing, because
it's why you do it. That's the point. If you're accidentally doing it and you just do it because phlegm's in your mouth and you know it to spit it, then you're just swallowing whatever. Mouth's all dry anyway, mine's bubbling up now, so I'm talking. But if you do that on purpose, it's like brushing your teeth. I say to you, there's some understandings that I've spoke to Imams about whether you should brush your teeth or whether you should use the mishwak. So, first of all, no water or anything should pass through your mouth. Yeah? Full stop. Yeah? But there is also understandings of, as a Muslim, smelling each other's breath and seeing that we're fasting is a beautiful thing. It means, oh, you've got stinky breath, brother, you are fasting. Yeah? But if you're going into a workplace and you're going to certain places, having that type of breath, although you may be fasting, may be frowned upon for you in your workplace and may actually change your reputation for your workplace who aren't Muslim. Yeah? So if you're going, like, and don't remember, I am not a scholar, I am not an imam. My understanding of what I say is my understanding, and anytime I talk about my understanding, there's a lot of facts to what I'm saying, but you have to research to understand the facts, because it's my understanding of the deen. So my understanding of the deen, full stop, we brush our teeth before the fast is closed, and we brush our teeth as the fast is open. Throughout the day, we use mishwak, and mishwak will keep our teeth cleansed throughout the day.
What's a mishwak?
It's that,
for those who don't know.
A mishwak is it's like a wooden piece of stick that you use the bristles of to brush your teeth, and it actually cleans your teeth actually quite well. So if you actually use toothpaste and mishwak throughout the year, we possibly have a lot of white teeth. Funny enough, yeah. So yeah, that's what mishwak is, yeah. So you'd use mishwak throughout the day, because this is a sunnah also of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But there are brothers that would also say you can brush your teeth, and this is where I say it's all about intention, yeah? Because if you're able to brush your teeth and not swallow any of that water, and not get hydrated by that water, this is where the point of we should do our research. It may be permissible to brush your teeth for the day, but this is where Islam comes in, yeah? If you are unsure of anything, you stay away from it. Yeah, you stay away from it. So this is why a lot of brothers refer to the point of we just don't brush our teeth, yeah? But if you're able to brush your teeth like that, over the sink, no water dropping in your mouth, swallowing back, nothing is actually, nourishing you, yeah? So you're not trying to nourish from the toothpaste, you're actually just doing it. You're not trying to nourish the water, you're just brushing your teeth, yeah? Then it may be permissible because you nothing swallowed. Yeah? But then it's only the mindset that really knows why you brush your teeth or why you're not. So if you literally in a business and you can't talk to people like that because they're just going to distinguish the business, and they may not understand the fact of you Muslim having stinking breath is a positive thing this month. You have to know why you're brushing your teeth. So some brothers may actually use that as, oh, I can brush my teeth, and possibly brush their teeth knowing that it's helping them in the morning. Accidentally swallow a bit. Oh, accidentally. Yeah? It's the same way I said to you before. If we're cooking food before we're able to open our fast, and we just randomly chase a bit of food, that's a blessing from Allah. That's not us breaking our fast. Because if you were in the right mindset or thinking about your fast and you're just in a routine of it, you can't break your fast because Allah was the one that nourished you. Do you get that? You never knew why you took that food and you didn't mean to break that fast. And it's only after it's entered that you've realised and you've reacted immediately to it. Then that's different. Because you reacted immediately, you weren't sure, you've acted immediately. But just like, I'll give an analogy here, yeah? I'll give a very strong analogy here with this, yeah? For me, I used to believe, yeah? And it's not even what I used to believe. I've had imams, I've had some strong brothers actually say the same thing to me. And it's something that we have to look at, yeah? So, with me going to jail and me being to jail, yeah, there's the understanding, yeah, as brothers, as for me as a brother, I may have been sent to jail for more than just my crimes. And what I mean by that is, Allah may have actually saved my life by sending me to jail. Because some of the things and people I were around in my areas growing up, we were doing a lot of dangerous, reckless things. Yeah? I could have lost my life. I could have ended up taking somebody's life and going and losing my life for life. But Allah decided to put me into jail in the comfort of safety instead of in the craziness that was going on outside. So in some ways, I look at my prison terms as Allah kind of saying, you haven't learnt your lesson, yes, but it's time for you to learn about you and teach yourself about me. Because as I say, I found Dean in jail. I didn't find Dean out of jail. I found Dean in jail. I found Islam in jail. I read my first Quran in jail. I read my first books on Islam in jail. My first prayer happened in jail. Yeah. So for me to end up in jail, the worst place for any man to be, yeah, after hellfire, yeah, yeah, could have saved my life from all the reckless stuff that was going on outside. And it also not only could have saved my life, it actually gave me a life that has put me on the path to this now. So as I say, I've been Muslim for how long? Since I was 17. 20 years. 19 years. Yeah. 17. I'm 36 now. 17, 36, 19 years. And Allah probably was watching me from that first age of 17 in jail. Yeah. And that wasn't the first time I was in jail at 17. I was just talking, I found Dean at 17. Yeah. So the fact that I've had studies from 17 years old, and sometimes I may not have learnt my lesson, Allah has put me back in jail to learn my lesson. Yeah. He's put me back in jail because he realised in jail I was reading Quran, I was conversating with imams, I was in Jummah every Friday. When it came to Ramadan, I held my fast. Yeah? It cleansed me more than I realised. Yeah? That's what jail done for me. I could have cursed and prayed for Allah to let me out, or God at the time to just let me out this cell. And he didn't answer. Why didn't he answer? Because I had more to learn. My journey wasn't meant for what the journey it was. So when you understand that Allah does everything for a reason, you understand that possible moment where your mind slipped for a second and you ate something without knowing you were fasting, or remembering that you were fasting because you're just in a routine, was actually a breath of fresh air from Allah, because for all you know, you could have dropped dead without knowing due to this fast. You could have, and it's not to say any of us would, but I'm just saying, we don't know. We don't know. Do you get that?
Yeah.
And it's the same as I've heard some brothers say, if I were arisen, when I train, I don't actually get muscular and big. I just get ripped. So no one really can tell how big I really am until you actually take off my top or something. Yeah. I've been told before also, that's a blessing from Allah for me. Because for some people, for me, I use it as I love looking slim and knowing I'm strong, because it allows people that want to bully people look like me to try bully me and realise you can't bully me. And then it flips onto them, and it also may protect other people that look like me, because it's like, oh, I remember him, didn't think he'd do anything, but he's reacted in a way that is kind of surprising. Yeah. So I actually love the fact that I look the way I do. But a brother has said to me, and it stuck in my head. I can't remember if it was a brother or a man, yeah, but it stuck to me in my head, yeah. He said, "You've got a powerful voice. You're powerful as you are already. If you was big, how do you think your energy would be?" And I have to laugh to myself and think, you know what? It's a blessing that I'm not this big guy. Because if I was this big guy, I'd carry myself the same way I am now, but it would be a bit more different to people. Do you get that? So the fact that I am able to just play the slim old man and nobody and don't care, like, I don't, as I say, I know a lot of people and I got a lot of respect for some people and a lot of people got a lot of respect for me. Whether I talk to these people or not, whether we see these people ever again, I just know my life. I know what I've lived and I know who's got love for me and who hasn't. Yeah? So I know I've earned a lot of respect on the roadside. Yeah? I know I've also lost some respect on the roadside. But also I also recognise I'm just slim old me. Imagine I wasn't slim old me. How would people then react to the energies that I was putting across? And it's the same way with my business now, I'd say. People attack my business. They may think I'm just some slim old young guy. And I said this to you from the start with my business. People were judging me as a black man that's come from a different background as them, yeah, and is doing things that don't really suit a black man looking like me. Yeah, in their eyes, when in fact all of these things suit me because I love these things. Yeah, so they all suit me more than you actually know. Yeah, but it's also that thing of, if I was, they'd probably kiss up to me and want to give me this and give me that, and you know what I mean, because you're a big guy. We don't want to see this big guy. You know what I'm trying to say? That people are scared of people with muscles for some reason. Yeah? So if I was looking like that, people would definitely be talking to me different. If I was looking my 36 years old age, people may be talking to me different. Remember, these are people that never met me in their life. Yeah? Know nothing about me. And when they see me, they ignore me and walk past and keep their heads down. Yeah? But I'm still strong enough in myself to carry myself in all these antique groups, football groups, comic groups, and be me. For nobody. So imagine that was me with my big self. Do you get that? It'd come across a bit more intimidating. Whereas I can't be intimidating the way I am. So I'm just a lover and a carer anyway, and I look the way I do. Do you get what I'm trying to say though? It's less intimidating.
No, yeah.
Do you get the point?
Yeah, it is less intimidating.
It's less intimidating.
Yeah. Well, Allah gives you what you need, not what you want.
Okay.
He gives you what you need.
I've never wanted to be big anyway.
I didn't say you did. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, but do you understand me?
Yeah.
It's that point of Allah kind of has blessed me with the athletic body, because possibly if I had that, I may be a different type of person how I talk.
I think you would be.
Do you get to see? You think I would be? And it's funny as well to think, because I talk very strong like this.
Yeah.
So if you understand, I'm very strong as I am right now, looking like this. Imagine I wasn't looking like this, how would I be? So it's a blessing for me that I have never grown massive like that. And it's a blessing from Allah. Yeah? Same way going to jail was a blessing from Allah. It could have saved me from dying. It could have saved me from some longer charges. Yeah? So the same way I looked at that is the same I've looked at this week. It was a blessing I was ill for those few days. It was a blessing. Yeah? It's now for me to make that look now.
Yeah.
During the fast, in whatever ways we can. So yeah, that's how the last week's been, and I hope you also get, because as I say, every time I do a little video, at the moment I'm trying to only focus on Islam and my Ramadan and my fast. So after Ramadan, I will do get back to normal routine of videos, and I will get back to actually conversating about more in-depth things that are close to my heart, so I can open your minds and your hearts. Yeah, whether that be with Dean, whether that be with business, whether that be with just social networks, whatever it is. But at this moment in time, I'm trying not to talk about things like that on here. I just want to keep it to my journey throughout Ramadan at the moment, and really give you the understanding that in me, I am Muslim. As I walk, I am Muslim. Yeah. So certain things I do say and act in the way is down to my deen. And it's not to be confused with me being, what's the word, strong for myself and my business and my family. It's to just recognize where the deen actually saves myself. Yeah, because as I say, certain things deen protects us from. Allah knows what we'd be like and knows what we're like. So it'll give us the challenges that we need for us to better ourselves. Yeah. I had my challenge this week. I challenged that to be ill. I had to still go up and down and buy things to resell. I had to still work and type up things on my laptop. Then when I'm trying to type up things on my laptop, being broken, turning off, no idea. I've got Liverpool knocked out the Champions League. It's all gone wrong this week. But as I say, it was also a blessing because it now allows me to power on forward in these last 14 days now, which when we actually understand Ramadan, we're coming to the last 10 days. So it's possibly even better for me to be stronger now than it is before. So yeah, let's just get back on the path and kind of just thank Allah for what He's given us and what He takes away, because everything happens for a reason, and there's always people worse than you, and that's something I learned. I got ill for a reason, and even though I was moaning about how ill I was, when you got on, you were worse than me, and that means my illness had to be put on the back burner. Yeah, because I had to go to mum, I had to do things, yeah, things you can't do now. Yeah, so it also shows us there's always someone worse than you. Do you get that? So I've learned a lot in this week, even though I was ill, even though I wasn't able to read as much as I wanted to. I have listened to a bit more. Yeah, I have read a bit. I have charity wise, it's been smiles, it's been a lows. We haven't done nothing monetary this week yet so far. But as I say, I have been ill, so I've been in the house, to be extremely honest. And my charity at the moment is smiles and stuff. I will say I give charity actually yesterday, but then it's not charity because it's something I always do. But when someone buys football cards, I always add free cards in there. There's a bit of charity. So let's just say I did do a bit of charity today. Yeah, and yeah, that will be it for today. And I'm sorry for rambling on again. And I hope you learned a little bit about me and my deen and my journey throughout Ramadan and previously. And hopefully this can help some of us that are going through harder times sometimes, or make mistakes, whether that's in Ramadan or out of Ramadan, to recognize these mistakes may be awarenesses from Allah that we need to work on. So yeah, thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos. Hope you have a good day, and Ramadan Mubarak to all the brothers fasting.